Since their release, the Meze 99 Classics have been the starting point for a lot of music listeners looking to make the jump from the standard consumer brands to more carefully crafted boutique audiophile products. Antonio Meze definitely accomplished his goal of helping people connect more strongly with the music they loved that he set out to do when he created the 99 Classics. And Meze has gone on to create a lot of other amazing headphones, the Empyrean, the Elite, the 109 Pro, all of which are significantly more expensive than the 99 Classics. And something fans have been asking for quite a while is for Meze to come back and make a sort of open back version of the 99 Classics that hits around that same price point as the original. Now with the release of 105 AER, gotta ask, is this the one we've been waiting for? What's going on, everybody? This is Steve from Bloom Audio, and today we're talking about the Meze 105 AER. 105 AER is the first release of an over-ear headphone in quite a while from Meze that's under $500. And it's got a lot of people talking and a lot of people interested in what Meze's doing in this more budget-friendly end of the audiophile headphone market. So we're going to dive in, talk about what is 105 AER, who is it for, and should you buy it? Meze 105 AER is an open back headphone from Meze that exudes the brand's classic style and craftsmanship. It's priced at $400, which puts it a little bit above the 99 Classics, but right at that kind of junction point between the high end of standard consumer brand headphones and a lot of the more boutique audiophile brands. Probably the first point of attraction for 105 AER is the design, the comfort, and the build of the headphones. They use the same suspension system with the leather pad and the metal outer ring as 99 Classics and 109 Pro, and they use a more similar ear cup and pad design to the 109 Pro, the sort of velour pads that are really comfortable. One thing they're missing that those two headphones have is the wood in the cups. The design does look more high-end than your typical plastic headphones, but this is an ABS polycarbonate, not wood like the 109 Pro or 99 Classics are using. But again, the end result here is a very visually arresting set of headphones. It's also very comfortable, will rest on your head securely without leaving you any fatigue for a very long time. In terms of sound, 105 AER hits at kind of a halfway point between 99 Classics and 109 Pro. Definitely more detailed, open, and spacious sounding than the 99 Classics. Has a little bit more of a tilt towards audiophile sound preference than the somewhat warm and bassy 99 Classics, but it's not quite as detailed and resolving as the 109 Pro. But I think the tuning is closer to 109 Pro. The open back obviously is a part of that as well, with just a little bit of that added warmth, a little bit more impact in the bass, a little bit of a smoother treble. 105 AER also sits right between the two in terms of efficiency. I don't have the official impedance specs here and sensitivity, but just from listening experience, 99 Classics are definitely the most comfortable being driven off of a dongle, standard unbalanced connection, where 109 Pro needs a little bit more power. 105 AER can run off the Apple dongle with the 3.5 millimeter connection, but there were some noticeable improvements when I plugged it into some higher powered devices. Even the DX180 with the 4.4 balanced was a step up there. Probably my favorite pairing though was the X-Duo TA66 amp, using my DX180 as the source and the DAC line out into the TA66, which is an OTL tube amp, pretty low wattage one. And that was just an incredible combo, honestly, for all three. In short, 105 AER is a very well-made, very comfortable set of headphones with a sound that's just on the warm side of neutral that hits at $400. So, who is this for? with the $400 price tag and the sound signature and quality, 105 Air is definitely stepping right into that sort of, first audiophile headphone space, where headphones like the Hi-Fi Man Sundara, Audeze MM100, Sennheiser HD600 have all kind of lived at different points. That warm, balanced, not quite neutral tuning plays really well with all the classic stuff, classic rock, alternative, jazz, metal, just that pretty big range of popular music. Especially that, you're going to hear at a lot of audiophile shows. I'm sure Hotel California and Sultans of Swing were on the test track list for tuning this. Those kinds of tracks sound great, as does a full range of classic jazz, your Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Thelonious Monk, all that stuff. You get that slightly warm sound that's going to feel just lifelike and natural for this sort of music over a more analytical headphone would. 105 Air's natural timbre and pretty solid soundstage and imaging means it does well with classical as well. I like to hit some of that stuff like Stravinsky's Firebird Suite or Holst's The Planet, where you really feel that natural timbre of a headphone come out, and also that spaciousness with some of those pieces, Jupiter and Mars from the planets and all of that. Like 105 Air did a great job there, as well as doing a great job on Radiohead and Led Zeppelin. So it's a really solid all-arounder. If you're not looking for, S-tier spaciousness and separation, it's going to do great across just about any genre. Comfort is also a big win here. As I mentioned a little bit, these are light headphones with a really strong, well-tested suspension system. People have been talking about how comfortable the 99 Classics were for like 10 years. 109 Pro, just as comfortable, and these maybe a little lighter than 109 Pro, and just absolutely excellent in terms of comfort. If you're somebody who's in a situation where you're wearing your headphones all day, this is just a great pick for something that is both physically non-fatiguing in terms of the clamp, the pad choice, the suspension system, the weight, and also musically non-fatiguing, where it does have a slight bit of smoothness in the treble. It doesn't have that same, upper mid peak as the 109 Pro does. So it's really a headphone you can listen to all day. So if you're looking for a clear step up from, the average cheaper headphone, with a little bit more visual flair as well, and you're going to value things like the comfort and just having a broad natural timbre over incredible technicalities, spaciousness, and those sorts of things, 105 Air is going to do really well for you. Whether or not you should buy 105 Air, it's going to have a little more nuance in it than just, these are great headphones, this is a great price, buy them, obviously, because, we're a store and that's what we want you to do. Probably the first question is, what other headphones do you currently have, or what other headphones are you comparing them to? I bounced around to a few different headphones, sources, and other things while I was listening to it, but I did the most in-depth listening with the Hi-Fi Man Edition XS, the Sennheiser HD650, and the Meze 109 Pro. Between Air and Edition XS, felt the difference was more of that, do you want that bigger wow factor or stronger consistency? Now, without getting too far into the build, 105 Air is just stronger build quality, stronger design and visual than the Edition XS is. In terms of the sound performance, Edition XS definitely has stronger treble extension and a little bit more sub bass than Air does. Air hits a little warmer mid bass, has a little more punch versus that slam of Edition XS. Edition XS is definitely more spacious, and it does have some more resolving characteristics, but it just didn't sound as natural as Air did to me. So I think Edition XS wins as sort of a wow piece. Let me put on, Hans Zimmer, hear the sense of space and separation, get a little bit of that, low rumble. Air is going to win more as that generalist. This is the headphone that I want to listen to all day. It sounds more natural, doesn't have those potentially fatiguing elements to it and just is great all around. I found the HD650 to be a much closer match for AER. AER's definitely living in the same category where it is strong detail, natural presentation. Did feel like the bass was a little bit better on AER, both in terms of the impact and extension. They're similar in the treble, but I felt HD650 offered a little bit more in terms of fine detail. Now, where AER really triumphed over 650 though was in the sense of space. 650 always feels a little bit closed into me. AER is definitely wider and more spacious. And I just felt that sense of, instruments being in the space and not so much in your head, where the 650 gives you that stronger detail, but it gives you that stronger detail right in your head. AER gave me the space and it gave me the instruments in the space, which just felt like a more natural listening experience most of the time. Though I would say I'd probably still prefer the 650 for like a monitoring solution for a musician over the AER, though I'd prefer AER for listening to music. The comparison between AER and 109 Pro was interesting because I listened to a bunch of tracks with AER and then I put on 109 Pro and I'm instantly missing the bass of AER. I've got my brain kind of burned into that slightly more warm sound, a little bit less treble, and I was really missing that. I spent some time with 109 Pro again and then hit some of those same tracks with AER, and then I'm instantly missing the resolution and the vocal presentation of 109 Pro. I honestly don't think I fully appreciated how good vocals are on 109 Pro until I did this AB this past week. Just really incredible there, and I was honestly surprised at how big I felt the difference was and how well these two headphones could definitely coexist. 105 AER is that more fun, warm, and also more relaxed sound. 109 Pro does feel like that step up, a little bit more mature. It's not hitting you as hard in the bass, but it's capturing and presenting details in a way that AER can't match. If you skip all the rest and just end up here, I might even put a time step in there for a little TLDR. 105 AER is basically everything we love about Meze in a package that I'm surprised they can do for the price. It has this signature build and comfort. It has that sound they've really been refining that balances the warmth and accuracy and detail really well. And I think is that, under 500 entry point into audiophile hi-fi headphones, 105 AER's the best pick out there right now. Thanks for watching. You can check out 105 AER and a lot of other great products at bloomaudio.com. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll be back soon with more high-fidelity audio content.